Blog entry 98. And in this blog entry, I was still in California and in my van traveling through there. So here we go. Blog entry 98 from 1/4 of 2023. This morning's meditation unfolded gently, almost like a dream. I was guided by a group of angels, peaceful and luminous, into a subtle realm in the ethers. There was a quiet reverence in the air as if something meaningful was about to happen. In that space, I met a spirit soul. He approached me with kindness and clarity and sharing something that touched me deeply. He told me that the shift I was making, especially through embracing the color orange and stepping more fully into that vibration, is helping to protect something sacred. Something he feared was fading from the earth. He didn't explain it in detail, but I could feel the weight of what he was saying in his words. It was as if by following this inner guidance, I was helping preserve a current of spiritual energy that still wants to live and breathe in this world. That my actions, though small on the surface, were connected to something larger. In the midst of it all, I felt Krishna's presence. He wasn't speaking loudly, but his approval was clear, quiet, steady, and full of love. What I heard in my heart was a reminder to trust more, especially in the etheric realms where things aren't always linear or easy to grasp with the mind. I have a habit of asking Krishna for permission each time I encounter someone in those subtle realms of the ethers, especially when they're involved in some kind of Krishna seva and want to share something with me. But in this meditation, it felt like Krishna was gently saying, you don't have to be so cautious. You're closer to me now. You can trust more. And I realized just because I don't fully understand something doesn't mean it isn't real. And just because it's unfamiliar doesn't mean it isn't sacred. So much of this path is about faith, about leaning into the mystery, about letting go of the need to define and control, and instead allowing the heart to open, even when the mind doesn't have all the answers. This journey isn't about having everything figured out. It's about listening, trusting, and walking gently forward one step at a time with Krishna beside me, even in the unseen. One thing that stands out to me in this blog post is the growing closer to Krishna. And my teacher always says, don't hold on to anything. And this is another really good example of it. Whenever I was in the ethers, I was always nervous about becoming distracted and not staying focused on Krishna and Radha and growing as close to them as I could. So when different people in the ethers approach and would want to chat, I would be like, well, that's okay, but I'm focused on Radha and Krishna, so it's okay. And for a long time, that was the best answer because it helped me not get distracted. But there's a certain point where as you grow and grow, your spiritual growth continues and your soul grows and you grow closer to Krishna and closer to Radha, and your relationship changes. And again, that relationship with Radha and Krishna, when it changes how everything else interacts with you. Even in this world, you'll feel a difference. Just as you do your daily devotion, you'll feel more Radha and Krishna with you that morning. And then you'll go out and you'll notice everything feels softer. And you'll notice people around you will see it. Not like everybody, and you don't have to freak out, not like that, no. But people smile and they'll just feel happy. And they'll feel that bliss that you carry more and more as the time goes and as you do your devotion each day and as you move closer. And that same type of change carries all the way into your meditation, into all the etheric realms. And when that happens, it shifts how you interact with everything. So it shifts with how you interact with things as a person, because as an example, that person could see your happiness and felt your happiness, and some of your Radha Krishna bliss they could feel, And then in your meditation and in the different realms too, it's the same. It changes so much. It's amazing. Yeah, so you have to hold space for that. It's important to allow things to come and things to happen and allow space to grow and allow space for change. Yeah, it can be really challenging for us here in the material world as we do. All right, well, that's it for today. Thanks very much for tuning in. If you have a chance, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That is super helpful. And have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.